right now, and we're still dealing with the fallout from the chaos that happened in Union Square on Friday.
Yeah, this PlayStation giveaway, promoted by a hugely popular online streamer, turned into a bit of a riot.
Yeah, thousands of young people showed up, and the massive crowd quickly turned out of control. People tossed objects, fireworks, jumped on vehicles, and tangled with the police. The NYPD finally got the upper hand, making more than 60 arrests.
Chief of Department Jeffrey Madry was on the front lines there leading the police response, and he is now here in our studio to talk more about this. So, Chief, good to see you. Thanks for being here.
Dan, good morning. Hazel, good morning.
So let's begin, I guess, first with the whole thing. When you look at it, it was wild to see. You were in the middle of it, right? And there's now been a lot of questions of what did the NYPD know and when going into an event like this. So did you know about this beforehand?
Yes. The NYPD was aware that this giveaway was going to happen. About 12:30, there were phone calls made to the local precinct. We put resources out there, and we were under the impression it was going to be about 300 or 400 people. And at first it was 300 or 400 people, but it swelled quickly to thousands.
And how quickly were you able to respond? Because we were being told that Kai Cenat told everyone about this on Wednesday, and then it happens Friday.
Right. Well, like I said, we became aware that afternoon, moments before it started. Once the crowd swelled, we activated a level 4 response, which brings police officers from all over the city. But Friday, rush hour traffic, it took a little while for the resources that we needed to get there.
So when you look at an event like this in totality, once you realize, okay, this is out of control, right? You call the level of what you said, but there were bottles being thrown at innocent people that were walking by, at your officers, fireworks going on. How do you then kind of maintain or try to regain control?
And Dan, that's exactly what the problem was when we got there, and to no fault of our own, kids are throwing bottles, they're fighting each other, they're throwing tables and chairs and construction equipment for reasons I still don't understand.
Yeah.
And when I arrived at the scene and I got the leadership team together, that was one of the first things we recognized, that, hey, this is a young crowd, and we have to, be delicate and strike a balance. We have to make sure they're safe, but we have to also take control.
Yeah.
We have to take control. So it was a very difficult situation for us to deal with.
Well, we heard the mayor saying something about possible outsiders, outside agitators, that were the ones that initiated all the fireworks and things. Because, I mean, who would plan to bring that to the scene? So is that a possibility? Have you found that out yet?
Absolutely. It's one of our investigative theories. We want to know who came to the scene with the heavy-duty fireworks and explosives when they were there to receive PlayStations and gift cards. So we're definitely looking at that. This investigation is not over. The melee is over, thank God, but the investigation is going forward.
Yeah, and you said that you're going to do this after incident report, right, where you kind of take a look and investigate, as you guys always do. There have been some videos that were circulating on social media. One of them was one of the officers taking somebody and almost throwing them what looked like into a cab, and then the window of that cab shatters. That's the video that is jumping out to a lot of people. Like you said, officers showed restraint, but what about that one incident?
Well, that particular incident, it is under investigation by a Force Investigations Division. I looked at it on background. That group was trying to destroy that cab. They were trying to drag the drive out. They were breaking the windows. We believe the windows were compromised already. So when the officer grabbed the young man and swung him back, when they hit, you could see the officer's hand went through the window, and the young man's face also hit the window as well. It was one incident, a tough incident. I mean, it was a dangerous situation out there, very chaotic. But overall, by and large, the restraint and the patience showed by the men and women of the NYPD is commendable.
Some of the images that we've seen are terribly frightening. We saw video also of young people hanging on to the vehicle that Kai Cenat was actually in. He even was putting messages on social media as he was in that car. What has he said to you, to the department, about what his intentions were, and if he had any idea this was going to get this out of control? Especially, he's facing charges now.
Absolutely. And I can't speak for that young man, but I don't believe that was his intent. I believe he wanted to bring his followers out. He wanted to give out gifts. He, in fact, did have gifts. We confirmed that he did have a car full of gifts. But he has to understand his influence and his responsibility. Social media is a powerful thing, and in this case, it became a very dangerous thing. If the young influencer, his team, if they would have reached out to us, we would have gladly worked with them. This event could have been an incredible event. Everyone would have had fun out there, including myself, and it would have been safe. But unfortunately, it went a different direction.
And just to clarify, he did not have any permits, correct, to have
No,
this?
there was no permits. It was not a sanctioned event. And like I said, even without the permits, if they would have spoke to us in advance, we could have worked something out and try to help them. We are not against young people having a good time, but we have to support them the right way.
Much when you look at what happened with Post Malone, right? And there was that concert in Times Square, and it was a permitted event. The crowds were there, traffic was still moving. But because there wasn't a moment in that Post Malone incident where it could have been shut down, right? There was this whole talk of maybe it wasn't going to work out.
Right. Absolutely. With the Post Malone event, it went over social media as well. It was a large event. We had a little bit more notice. We were able to get resources there, and the crowd came down and they enjoyed a great show, and they left within 10 minutes.
So that gets me to this question about Twitch, right? Which is a relatively new for some folks, not new to the younger population per se, but maybe new to us because we're a little bit older.
Definitely
right?
new
When
to
you
me.
think of what is monitored on a daily basis, some are looking at the NYPD saying, is it on your radar? Is it something that's looked at? Because you have a specialized unit that monitors all social media for events like this.
Absolutely. We have a smart unit, our social media unit, as well as our intelligence division, including even the local precincts. They have officers that look at social media. So we do look at social media. We try to stay aware
Including
of what's
Twitch?
going on, including Twitch. But, you know, social media is a very, very a vast tool.
Yeah.
It's a vast tool. Sometimes it's difficult. We won't catch everything. But again, to the influencers and to all influencers, production companies, just call the NYPD. Give us a call direct. Let us know what you want to do. Let us be a part of planning and helping, and we can have great events all summer long.
And just real quickly, what's the takeaway from the department?
Well, there's a couple of things. We're having an after-action meeting in the next day or two to just look at our response to make sure that we are prepared to respond appropriately if this situation ever occurs. But I think, again, overall, a commendable job out of men and women at NYPD. We took a little bit of a beating out there. We got hit. I got hit with a few objects, but we were patient. We exercised a lot of restraint.
To officers, right?
No, one officer had received a broken hand.
Okay.
Wow.
We made minimal arrest, and we were able to get the event under control relatively fast, even though it seemed like a lifetime out there under those conditions.
I'm sure. Chief of Department Jeff Madry, thank you for coming in to talk about this. Appreciate it.
Appreciate you. Thank you.
All right. We'll learn.